Welcome back, everybody, to our weekly energy update. My name is Bryndis, and I'm an energy coach and energy healer, and I'm going to guide you through what's up ahead here for the week, January 26th till 1st of February. Yes. So the purpose of these energy updates is for you as an energetically sensitive, as an empath, to get a little bit of a heads up what is sort of affecting you besides your personal stuff. So it's not that I'm predicting anything here for you for the next week, but I'm reading out collective energies and reflecting this back to you so that you can better discern what it is that is yours and what isn't, the things that are coming in from the outside. So there are commonalities, between us where, we all are under the effect of the same collective energy, and yet we all personally respond to it differently. If you're familiar with these energy updates that I've been doing for years, you're going to love what you see here at first glance, namely the energy barometer. Okay, so what is this? This is an indication for the intensity level, the bombardment level. This is not an indication, guys, for whether this is going to be a good week or a bad week. Okay, so you're going to see the yellow here and you're going to think, yay, finally, because we had all these red weeks. But don't be mistaken, okay? Don't think that just because the energy barometer is on yellow that it's going to be, an easy week. So I don't want to preoccupy you and say, oh, this is going to be a difficult week. No, I should. But this isn't very popular, so I don't really get a lot of shares when I do this. So I'm trying to walk this thin line, okay, between telling the truth, giving you a little bit of a heads up so that it becomes easier for you, but also giving you the positive aspect and the opportunity with it. And yes, I see you guys. I see where you guys are from. Canada, Chicago. Yes, let me know where you guys are from. It's so wonderful to have you here. Okay, so what are we looking at for this next week? Okay, there is a little bit of a cue here, truth and fantasy. I didn't call it truth or fantasy or truth versus fantasy. I called it truth and fantasy, and this gives you a little bit of an indication. So we're going to have to deal with some of our perception, and especially those of you who are empaths, who are energetically sensitives, your higher perception, stuff that is coming in from, through your dreams, through your meditations, through, the part of you, the true self part of you that can tap into the divine Wi-Fi, as I call this, all right? And then the reality of things and the way you see things here in your 3D life, okay? And this is what in conflict here this coming week. So it being on yellow just means that there's not actually this intense influx such as, eclipses or, anything other than the normal craziness that is going on. But you're going to be dealing with a lot of these internal mental confusions, okay? So what is real, what isn't? What is true, what isn't? What is mine, what isn't? What is fantasy? And what is reality, okay? So the collective condition that we are in here for this next week, guys, is continued crazy making through, sort of politics, through, the news, okay? There's a lot of stuff out there that is making you feel like, questioning your own perception, okay? Because you can feel that things are falling apart. You can feel that things are not what they appear to be. So yes, I want to confirm this for you, okay? There is a massive deception going on. And why is this? Not because of some kind of conspiracy, but because the old system is dying on all levels. And this is the time of transition that we are in. And this is difficult for all of us. Last week I said, we're going to see a lot of sort of irrational behavior, even on a level of leadership, on the level of CEOs of companies, on the level of, sort of top level politicians. okay? And they're all hanging on this last thread, okay? Trying to, hang on to the old paradigm, the old system. And we can see this in the banking system, guys. So you know this. I spent quite a lot of time to help you, navigate through some of the financial stuff that is going on. And it's really important this week, if you want some of your perception to be confirmed and not feel like you're the insane one, but really recognize that the insanity is all out around you, to watch what is going on here. There are larger cycles that we go through. This is not about economy. This is not about deficits and so forth. This is about what these larger schemes, how the banks, how the fiat system, how money is being produced, how it's being sold to us, how it's being paid for, that's the interest rate, and how it's being hidden into our taxes. And also how it's hidden in some of these financial products that our governments offer us. So this week, guys, I want you, even if you're younger, I want you to spend some time with looking at your 401k, which is in the United States, this government-offered retirement fund. And if you live in different countries, it's called differently. But I want you to spend some time with this. Find out how much you have already paid into this. Find out how you can have more control over your retirement fund. The older you are, the more significant this information is for you. This is really important here for you to move more into the practical, to move more into self-responsibility, and to, get out of this fear cloud, okay? The fear cloud is something that we all get caught in because we're not really actually looking at something. We have a feeling and we're not feeling safe, or it doesn't feel true to us. And yet, because everybody kind of does it, so we're not really questioning, the info that is coming in from the outside, but this is what we should do. So look at your system, your government retirement system that is offered to you, okay, and look at where you're standing there, and if there are possibilities for you to move this into a different form that allows you to take more charge of your own fund, okay? I'm saying this because I'm seeing something coming there, okay? And so those of you who are afraid of these things, go face it, guys. Don't leave this in this sort of fantasy realm up there. Well, it's government. It's going to work. No, there is nothing you can take for granted right now coming from the government, no matter what country you live in. So it's not really, the easy week. It's actually more the week of having to have a strategy to face your fears, to face your pain, to face, some of these incongruencies, okay? If this word isn't familiar with you, that's where truth, and reality doesn't match up. That's an incongruence, okay? And I've been talking about this for years, that this is really the core of all our problems. All right, and this is that we have all these incongruences within us that we are not aware of, because most of them, 95% of them, are subconscious. And that these are, responsible for all these inner doubts, for these inner schisms that we have, this fragmentation. So your spiritual journey, guys, and also the reason why you have this energetic sensitivity and access to this higher perception is all about balancing out and working out the kinks, working out the incongruences between what you sense, what you think, and what you feel. Okay, this is what the spiritual journey is about, and this is why we have this massive wave of people awakening to their energetic sensitivity. Okay, you can call it woo-woo if you want, but from my perspective, it really isn't. It's the next level of human evolution, okay? This is why we're awakening to our sixth, seventh sense. I call it the seventh sense because the sixth sense is something that everybody feels as intuition. But I'm not even talking about intuition. I'm talking about the step beyond that. And that is where you actually have access to, this higher vibratory info. It's just that the bandwidth of our brain, if you look at your physical brain as a router, that taps you into this Wi-Fi, this divine Wi-Fi, isn't larger, isn't wide enough, isn't big enough, great enough to interpret this correctly. So we all have to learn how to deal with this sense, this awakening sense in us. We all have to learn disciplines, just like how we had to learn, how to eat right, how to exercise right, how to train our own spiritual sense, if you will, is the task for all of us here in these next 10 years. Okay, we have to learn to work with this and to have strategies, that help us to regulate and self-master our energies. Then all these things that I'm reporting about here, and I don't have to say to you, oh, I'm channeling with my guides and they're telling me no. I'm not channeling this through any guides. I'm channeling this through my heart. Right here, direct connection to Divine Wi-Fi. You don't need any channels. You don't need any guides. No, you can, and this is part of all our spiritual journey, work with intermediaries in the beginning. That's okay. You can work with spirit guides, with animal spirits, with anything that helps you to tap into this. Even astrology helps you to tap into this. It doesn't matter what you use. Nature, crystals, essential oils, sounds. It doesn't matter. If it connects you within, it will do it for you. But then at some point, you're going to have to grow into your own spiritual maturity, and you're going to have to see, hey, I can connect directly. I don't need intermediaries. I don't need other people to tell me what the future brings. I don't need, any type of substance or whatever, to feel into what is truly going on here. Okay, so this is, so my big mission here for you to learn that it's okay wherever you're at, to work with intermediaries, but then to transcend them, then to let them go, then you out-vibrate them, okay? Your ability to tap into this divine Wi-Fi is there. It's your birthright. You don't need this external info, okay? But it takes a little bit to learn how to trust in that and to build the confidence to do this. So my job is, to help professionals, to help healers and people from all different kinds of business and like trying to be successful, to integrate their energetic sensitivity so that they can have, this more congruent access to, what it is that they truly came here for, what it is that is truly fulfilling for them, not just successful on a worldly, sort of 3D monetary level. So the theme here for next week is, one, I've already covered, that's to bring your higher perception into a more healthy expression. It needs to come into a more healthy expression. And this is a message for all of you light workers and healers. Work with your lingo. Work with, how you express all this. When you talk, the New Age talk, it may get you views and people may, feel like, oh, you're all bag of chips and all. But understand that this isn't really helping people, because what they need to learn is the basics of really understanding that this info and this understanding comes from within themselves. They need that empowerment that they can do this from within, okay? But for most, of us who are not using any type of New Age lingo, it's really about the other way around. We have to learn how to say things such as, the way this feels to me, or based on my intuition, or based on my feeling, or, to really use these vocabulary words. If you are never using, like, this is what my guidance tells me, or this is what my feeling is, you're not really empowering yourself. You're not reinforcing this. So you have to allow yourself to go into this positive feedback loop with yourself by actually saying it out loud. Okay, most of us are too heady. And this is the challenge here for next week, guys. It's very heady this next week, okay? So when it comes to our physical sensations, you're still going to be dealing with the sinus, headache, temple, pain in the neck. Really bad right now, I know. But in conjunction with this also, a really strong sort of issue with your stomach, with your solar plexus, with your stomach, and your digestive system. So this has to do with the energy centers that are being challenged in you next week. And I, as always, going to go deeper into this in the energy tips for Patreon subscribers and Heart Warriors, where I go a little more into detail how to work this out, how to work with this, actively work with this. For you, it's really just important that you understand that there is a, you're going to have this critical inner voice come in really, really strong, and emotionally it's going to trigger everything from frustration, self-worth issues, disillusionment, and feeling really alone. So please, next week, don't isolate yourself, guys. Go out, find people that can help you with sort of, that support your perception of the world, that help you to understand that you're not in contradiction. You're not making this up. Everything is real, guys. But that doesn't mean it's necessarily true. So the ability to discern truth, that needs to be trained. We were not raised that way. Okay, and as always at this point, I'd love for you to share, by the way, do this here in the commentary, do this right now. If you have questions, use this time to ask me questions. How to deal with certain issues that you're having right now, whether it's physical, emotional, mental, relationship related. Relationship's going to be tricky next week. Great opportunity, though, to clarify things, express your true needs, what you truly want, what you truly expect, and then you're going to see it's going to bump your relationship into a whole different level of connection. Yes, if you don't have any questions, let's move straight to the giveaway that I do every week. And you know that this is something that challenges you too. So I'm giving away 3 tickets for the workshop that is coming up on Saturday, connecting with your healed feminine energies within. This is very important for men and women alike. For this next week, because we have to really tap into learning, into feeling, how our masculine and feminine energies can heal if we can balance them better, okay? And most of us have this imbalanced feminine energy, not because, I'm not saying this because I'm a woman, this has nothing to do with emancipation. In the larger scale, maybe because we're moving out of this patriarchal paradigm into a more equality paradigm, all right? And this means that we have a little bit of homework to do. We have to reintegrate the feminine. So many of us perceive our feminine energies as weak, okay? And we have to learn how to heal this, because there is a strength, there is a power in the softness that comes in through the feminine approach, all right? And so we at transCODES here do this by working with these things and teaching you how to really tune into this on a physical, on a mental, and emotional level, so that you can heal, this wounded feminine part in you, your creativity, your inspiration, the trust, in your inner higher power. That's all linked to feminine energy. So I'm giving away 3 tickets, and the workshop is taking place this Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern US time, so New York time, if you want to look this up. Yes, Pam, you're the first one. I got you. You're the first winner. 2 more tickets for this workshop coming up here on Saturday. So please make sure you have the time, because it's a live event, but you can do this from your home, so you don't have to go anywhere. All right, and please do me a favor. This is important here to survive in this social media jungle. Share my videos, like my videos, check the YouTube channel. Guys, you have no idea how much material there is. Check my SoundCloud channel, check my Patreon channel, okay? And share this with your friends, guys. This is what empowers people. How many people do you know that are depressed, that are, you know, that are living a life in anxiety, that are, you know, constantly in pain, constantly experiencing their life a struggle? Tons of people. And just listening to this material, just listening to this message, okay? So I'm just like another router here for the Divine Wi-Fi, you know, giving you the messages that we can all, you know, perceive if we know how to tune into this. So this is a universal message, okay? So help me with doing this. Help me with accomplishing this, okay? And share, watch. Every person who feels low, listening to this material, guys, how to overcome fears, how to develop a strategy to work with my emotions, how to overcome pain and so forth, will feel better after listening. Okay? Okay. I love you guys. Thank you, loyal audience. Thank you to the Patreon subscribers that, you know, that help me finance doing these energy updates and all the other productions that I do. I love you guys. I hope to see you next week. Bye-bye.